Hello, hello! Welcome back to Brenda's Books. Today I will be narrating for you another flash fiction story, and if you would like to have a vote for my next short story, you can become a member of Brenda's Books, and you can do that by clicking on the link in the show notes. Now, this is My Mama's a Snake, and yes, she's evil. Here we go. My mother sat at my bedside. She was reading my favorite story to me about the evil witch who crossed over to our world through the trunk of a tree. This witch was fascinating to me. I loved seeing the witch in my mind's eye turn buildings into birds and streets into gigantic scorpions. "I want to have power like the evil witch, Mama," I cried. My mother turned to me and smiled her sweet smile. Her eyes looked different somehow. She didn't really look like my mama, but at the same time, she did. "Of course you do, Cassandra, honey. But first you have to be evil." Then before my very eyes, my mother turned into the witch of my dreams. She had pitch black hair, silky white teeth, and blood-red lips. She even wore a long black robe. I stared at her in awe. But how? You're not evil, Mama." Suddenly, we were in a dark forest. My mother's size doubled, then tripled, then grew as huge as the sequoias. "Would you like to borrow some of my power?" she asked, in a menacing and enticing voice. I stammered. "Just try it." And with that, I was swooped up in the air. I had wings and a tail. I glanced around and saw my new bird family flying with me. "I'm an eagle!" I cried. I flew and dove and spun and flipped. Yahoo! Then I grew larger and larger, much like my mother had. "Now," I heard my mother say, "take out the village below." "What? Why?" "You'll understand when you feel the thrill of it," she replied. "Now go, do it." "But I don't want to," I protested. "I just want to transform things like the witch did." My mother's voice poured out all the more forceful and threatening. "You wanted a portion of my power. That comes with a price. Go, Cassandra. You must." Now she sounded like a snake, and indeed she was. She was so large that her hissing head was as high in the sky as I was. "No," I shouted. "I won't do it." "You don't have a choice," she spit back. A stream of fire shot out of her eyes and into mine. I felt my eagle body plummeting down to the earth. My oversized talons ejected. I could feel my instinct taking over. Attack, kill, capture. "No!" I shouted again. Giant teardrops splattered on the treetops below me. "I don't want to, Mama. I don't like you this way. I want the old you, the nice you." "You will like this, Cassandra," hissed my mother. I could see the people now, the people I was about to maul. They were scared and screaming and running. "I want my real mama back," I yelled. "I want my real mama back." A furious growl rumbled through the air so loudly, my body in flight felt its vibration. Then I completely lost control of my momentum. My wings were jello, and I crashed right into the trunk of an old oak. I fell to the ground with a painful thud. Cassandra! Cassandra, are you all right?" I felt some arms around me. I glanced up and saw my mother's face. Not my snake mother, the mother I love. "Mama, are you back to your old self now?" I whimpered. "That wasn't me you saw, dear," she said, smoothing my hair. "That was my sister. I'm so sorry. She pretended to be me while she read you that story, so she could trick you. I don't know how she got into our house." She kissed me on top of my head. "You're all right now. But how did I become me again? How did you break her spell over me?" I asked. "Oh, that was you, honey." "Me?" "Yes. She had absolutely no power over you once you chose little unmagical me over her." "Really?" My mother nodded. "Then I choose you every time." And that concludes My Mother is a Snake. I hope you liked it. Again, if you want a vote for my next short story, visit the show notes and become a member of Brenda's Books. And you will get to hear the behind-the-scenes episode of how Daphne's character from Blemished Beauty came to be. I hope you are well and healthy and happy, and as always, I wish you a very wonderful week. Until next time, take care.